How are we all doing, guys? So for today's video, I thought I'd address a question I keep getting in the comments. And that question is the Evercade worth getting? So I thought I'd address it. Obviously, this is just my opinion. Other people will have other ideas, but I'm just going to give my opinion. So, right, okay. So the Evercade. This is where the cartridge goes in, just in case you're wondering. So, if you're not already aware, the Evercade is a handheld device which takes cartridges. And the bonus with this is that the emulators are built into the cartridge. So unlike most devices where you have to download an emulator and then download the ROMs, you don't have any of that hassle. You pay $14.99, you get a cartridge. In most cases, 6 games and above. There is the one that's only got 2 on. Which is Xenocrisis and Tanglewood, obviously newer games. So in a nutshell, you just plug and play. You don't have to do anything. Of course, there are firmware updates now and again where you have to plug the Evercade into your laptop and download an update to it, but that doesn't take long and it's not complicated either. The website tells you how to do it. So let's have a look at this question then. Right, my opinion, if you're not savvy with emulators and ROMs, or you don't want the hassle or don't have the time, then this is perfect. You know, it's plug and play. Like I say, it won't take up much of your time. You just put the cartridge in and it's there. The only drawback I would say with this device is the screen. It has a little bit of a problem with viewing angles. It's not as bad as a lot of people make out, but it's still not perfect, if you like. But then let's be honest, what device is? There's always a bug with something. So now the thing is, I've heard a lot of people say it looks cheap. Well, it might look cheap, but it isn't. It's got good quality switches. You need a clickiness there. The buttons, there's not a long amount of travel, which is good. All of it feels quality. The D-pad's good. Although, if I'm honest, one thing I will say is I don't find the D-pad is massively great on some of the fighters, but you know, it's not bad. Of course, what I mainly do with this, if I'm honest, is I hook it up to the TV. Because although it's got a nice size screen, you know, let's be honest, you know, you can put it on the TV, why not? Which kind of takes the point out of it being a handheld, I've got to be honest. But then obviously if you was out, you'd use it as the handheld, wouldn't you? So there's that to it. Obviously there's another thing where you've got a trickiness with leads as well. You've got to get the right lead, otherwise it won't work. I bought the wrong one to start with and then got a good one that did work. So there's that. You've got to make sure you get the right lead. If you get the wrong one, it won't work. So there's that. Like I say, you know, it's a pretty good device. I mean, I've got the Retroid Pocket 2, and if I'm honest, if someone did say to me what's better, the Evercade or the Retroid Pocket 2, I would say the Retroid Pocket 2 because it's a more powerful machine. It can emulate a lot more than the Evercade. But if you was asking me in terms of easiness, pick up and play, I would say the Evercade all day long because it is much easier. Now, a couple of things for this. I've heard a lot of terms going around about money for old rope and things like that, and to a certain extent it is. They are selling you the old games again, so it's a way of making money again. But the good thing with this is that Blaze, the company that made the Evercade, who, let's be honest, have got a bit of a checkered past when it comes to devices. A lot of their devices in the past have been total rubbish. This one's an exception. They what they do is that when you buy these games, the developers actually see some of that money. Whereas, you know, obviously if you're downloading ROMs and things like that, they don't see any of it. And obviously another thing is, well, a lot of these big corporations, you know, although they do make money from it, you probably find with the Evercade they probably made that little bit more. So it's good in that term. Then you've also got the fact, if you're like me, Atari collection. Right, now, as you know, my first introduction to computers, gaming, was the Commodore 64. So I missed the Atari. Not to say I haven't played on the Atari, because I do know people who had them. So I had played some of the games, but not a massive amount. And I mean, for example, the Atari 7800, for example, I've never had a go on that. So the games that are on here, because some of them are from that system, I'd never played before. So it's good in that, like in that term, because you know anybody who hasn't played these games has now got an opportunity to play them. Don't get me wrong, you could buy the old devices, but let's be honest. I mean, there's fewer of them, and also how long is it really going to last? Unless you have it sort of future proofed, it's likely not to last you long. So this is a new way of being able to play them, and of course the other thing is you can play them handheld as well. So it's a win-win. Now the other thing I want to point out, I'll just have a look at this. I don't know how well you can see that, but you'll see there that Earthworm Jim is on this cartridge in particular. Now this is another good thing about this. In the last year or so, we've seen a rise in retro games, you know, Mega Drive, etc. The price has been going through the roof on them, mainly because everyone was in lockdown. They wanted something to do. People rushed out, bought all the old consoles, and as a consequence of that, the price has gone up now because there's less of them about. So, and obviously there's a demand. So, in terms of, for example, Earthworm Jim, you want to get a good copy of that. Before, you might have been able to pick it up fairly cheap, but now you're looking at probably about £40 and up. That's if you want it boxed, good condition, cartridge. Whereas £15, and you've got them all on here. I mean, this come with the premium pack, so this didn't actually really cost me anything when you work it out. Yeah, so you save money as well, because let's look at it. It's not just that game; it's 5 other games as well. So again, you know, you're getting quality for your money as well. So there's that. Then there's also the fact that Evercade are very clever when it comes to us collectors. They've numbered all the cartridges, and of course they've done that because they know that people are going to want a full set. And so that's one thing I am going to warn you about. If you do jump into this, there's probably a good chance that you're going to want all of them. So, and they're releasing new ones this year. I think there's 14 out already, and there's another 3 or 4 coming out this year. So, so there's that. You know, it's good for collectors as well. And while I point it out, let's just have a look. So there's the size of the cartridge. It slots in the back, and you get a nice little manual with each one as well. We'll just take that out, which is something I think you don't see these days. You know, it's nice to get that little bit of a retro feel as well with this. So if I just show you, for example, the inside, so you get some nice little colour pictures, a little bit of information. You know, you've got Earthworm Jim there. You know, it's a nice little touch. Then you get on the back, quite often there's like advertisements for other games they've got coming out and that. It's a nice little touch, something you don't get with games nowadays. So now, while I've got this open, we'll show you, if you haven't seen already. So as you can see, you've got a label on the front of the cartridge that tells you what it is. But you've also got it on the back. And the reason for that is because when you put it into your device, now you've got it, and it's nice and flush, as you can see. Now you've got it on the back of there, see? So it's nice, it fits in there nicely. Now, a lot of people were complaining when this first came out, it was a bit stiff trying to get your cartridges in, but it's not. They've fixed that problem. It slots in nicely. I mean, I'll just show you on camera. Yeah, no worries. No problem at all. So, you know, there's that. And then you've got things like this. Now, this is something I'd never come across before, any of these. The Mega Cat Studios. Now, I picked this up recently, and I'm really enjoying this. Some great games on there. Just show you the back as well. Oh, that way. Coffee Crisis was the main one I was going for, but if I'm honest, I actually prefer Tenza and Old Towers. There's a couple more that I haven't had a go on yet, but I intend to. Again, you know, like with this one, an Emco collection, which I haven't opened yet. I haven't had it that long. You've got the Splatterhouse games, and again, you know, you're going to pay like probably about £30–40 for a good copy of that, and it's got Splatterhouse 2 and 3 on it. So, you know, as well as what, 9 other games. So for 14.99, you know, so this is a thing. I think it's a good thing. I mean, obviously I've got one. I've got to be a little bit biased, but I think it's a good thing. So while we've got that cartridge in, let's just boot it up. So I'll show you guys. It's got a nice size screen on it. That's one thing you can say about it. Just waiting. There's another thing I can say about this device. The sound on it is really good. It goes up really loud. I mean, I haven't even got this up full volume, but if I start pushing buttons, I mean, you can hear that clear as anything. So, and like I say, you know, there's the screen, but there is a viewing angle thing. I mean, look, if you tilt it. But if I'm honest, it's not a major issue because you're not going to be, a lot of these where the angle is an issue, you're not going to be holding it like that anyway, to be honest. So, you know, it's really not that much of an issue. But as you can see from that, the screen is really good. So, right, okay, let's have a look at prices here. Now, I'll just show you the inlay. I bought the premium pack. And with the premium pack, you get the Evercade, the charger lead, and you get 3 cartridges. So you get with that, you get the Atari collection, the Namco Museum, and the Interplay collection. So 3 cartridges that all would have cost, I think it works out, 50, yeah, they're all £15 each, so it would have been £45. And that's the premium pack. So with the premium pack, you get the, like I say, the Evercade, the charger, 3 cartridges, $79.99. If you buy the starter pack, you get it for, I believe it's $59.99, but you only get 1 cartridge with that. So if you work it out, it's worth paying the extra £20. You get 2 cartridges for just over the price of 1, really, when you work it out. And then, like I say, after that, all the rest of the cartridges are $14.99 each. So there is a thing, I believe, on Funstock where you can go on there and you can buy the entire collection. And I think, if I remember right, I think that works out about 160, because some people have done that. So, you know, it's not bad. You get quite good value for your money, I think. Like I say, there's a lot of people that are saying money for old rope, but if you work it out for the Atari games, if I had to go out and buy, because there's 3 different versions of Atari, like 3 different systems on the Atari collection. So you got to go out and you got to buy 3 different systems. Then you got to buy the 3 games. There's a chances are it's probably, in terms of reliability, if it hasn't been refurbed in any sort of way, it probably won't last you long because they're old now. So, you know, it's a lot easier just to get an Evercade, pay $14.99, and you've got them 3 systems on there because the emulation's in there as well. So to me, it's a no-brainer, but obviously to a lot of collectors, it's a bit of sacrilege, you know. So it depends on how you look at it. So personally, I look at it from the fact that it's saving me money, it's more convenient, and I get to play games that I hadn't played before. So, and also get to play games that I really want, but I don't want to pay the extortionate prices for. Like I say, some of these Mega Drive ones, they're expensive. So getting them on an Evercade, it's a hell of a lot cheaper. So yeah, you've got to hook it up to the TV to play it like you would on a Mega Drive, but it's not a massive issue. You just plug a lead in and you're there. So there's no input lag either when you're playing on the TV. It's responsive, it's right there. So there's no drawbacks when it comes to that. So if you're going to ask me, is it worth getting it? In my opinion, yes. Of course, it depends on if you've already got a lot of these systems. If you have, then maybe not. But, I mean, for example, there are other YouTubers that have bought this device because of the fact that there's a lot of systems they've never played before. So it's convenient to them in that respect. They're now getting to play things that they've never been in contact with before. So it's good in that respect as well. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my views. Like I say, people have been asking in the comments, so I just thought I'd give my opinion on it. Hope this helps you out. This helps you decide whether to get it or whether not to get it. Like I say, I am a little bit biased, but like I say, I pointed out some of the pros. I've pointed out a lot of the pros, and I've pointed out some of the cons. Now, the thing is, there aren't many cons with it, if I'm honest. which is why I haven't said so many. I've pretty much pointed out the ones that there are. So it is a pretty good system. They've ironed it out quite well. When it first came out, there were a lot of issues with button configurations and things like that. The slot, like I said, was an issue, but they fixed them. The latest firmware fixed the button configuration, and the slot, they've made it so that they slot in a lot easier. So there are little cons. It's really just the viewing angle on the screen at this point. But like I say, these angles that it shows it, you're not really going to be holding it at that angle anyway. So like I say, I hope you found it informative. I hope it's helped you. Might help you make your decision. It might have confused you more. I don't know. So let's hope not. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please like, share and subscribe. And also comment. Comments, liking and subscribing helps our channels grow. So if you could do that, that would really help us out. It's one of them things with YouTube and their algorithm. The more you comment, the more likes you get, the more it pushes your videos. So, which would be nice. Obviously, a lot of us guys haven't been going long, so we need all the help we can get. When you subscribe, also hit the all. When you get a little window come up, click all, because sometimes if you don't, it won't let you know everything. So if we do an upload or a live stream, if you clicked all, it will tell you. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.